Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast. I'm huge. I have a hair hanging on my face. 2019 was the year of the hairs. I do not want to deal with the hairs in 2020. I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2020. Not the year of the hair. The album, Dad. AF. At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. Sweet Caroline, bum, bum, bum. If we're gonna do all the karaoke songs, listen, did you ever go to a karaoke bar? Those are like the mainstays, right? Oh, and that song from Grease, when you want to get like all 10 of your friends up on stage, you do that song from Grease. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, we used to do some karaoke back in the day. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I would only do that song Grease. Like, seriously, guys, there is stuff like hanging off of my hat. Anyway, I would only do that song Grease, and I would like stand in the very back, and I would just kind of like, Rrr. It's so funny now that I sing on my channel every day, because back in the day, people would be like, do karaoke, do a song. Today, I would live. I should go. You know what? I need to get some friends together, and we need to go do karaoke, because today I would live for it. But back in the day, I was so shy. I have such horrible social anxiety. I probably would get there today and be like, no, I'm not going to do it, right? And they'd be like, sing Gold Dust Woman, sing it, sing it. Anyway, today we're going to talk about Nikkie tutorials. I haven't really thought out this video. I mean, I'm sure if you watch my videos on a regular basis, it probably seems to you that I never think out any of my videos, but think through, outline, I never script them. Anyway, but I do. I sit there and I think, okay, like I'd like to say this, or I'd kind of like to address this, or whatever. I don't really know where this video is going to go going into it. So I'm just going to start and tell you guys how it all went down. So I woke up yesterday, and I received, I don't know, like tons of text messages, tons of like DMs on all different kinds of social media platforms about Nikkie Tutorials video. So I sat in bed and I turned on her video, which is called I'm Coming Out, and I watched her video, and I was absolutely floored. And let me tell you why I was floored. I was, right, Boo Radley, I was floored in the absolutely genuine, authentic, and beautiful way that she did this video. I was so impressed with this video, and at the end of it, if you don't watch Nikkie's videos on a regular basis, so she did this video yesterday, and she shared with the world that she identifies as a transgender woman. And she goes in there and talks about how she had completed her transition by the time that she was 19. And so kind of like the tail end of her transition was when she was on YouTube and things like that. At the end of most of her videos, she does like a Dutch word of the day. And yesterday, I'm gonna get teary-eyed even talking about it. She did, it just was such a simple moment, but it was so beautiful in the context of how it was done. She did the word woman, and it just like, I got so teary-eyed watching the video. So then I started getting all these messages from people, like I said, you know, and they were like, are you gonna make a video about this? Are you gonna make a video about this? And whatever. And, you know, I didn't really know what to get in a video and say. Like, I put out a little tweet yesterday, and I congratulated Nikkie. I mean, not that she needs to hear it from me. And I just said that I think this video is her story, her journey of sharing her story, is going to inspire, hundreds of thousands of people and possibly save many, many lives. I believe that. I believe that when we share our stories of things that we have gone through, that other people identify with, we are literally saving lives, because other people see that and they think, if they made it through it, I can too. And I think that for me, this wasn't just a video. It wasn't just Nikkie coming out and sharing her story of her journey. It was Nikkie Tutorials saving lives. It is such a profound video. It's #1 on trending right now. It has 20 million views, as it should. And I was kind of surprised, I guess not, at the amount of dislikes the video had on it today. I was kind of like, is that a sign of the sad state of affairs of the world that we live in today? I don't know, maybe. But I would rather focus on the positivity. And the positivity is that Nikkie received just overwhelming amounts of of acceptance and congratulations and people telling her how proud they were of her and on and on and on. It just was amazing to be on Twitter yesterday and see this, you know? In a world that is pretty regularly pretty toxic on social media, it was for a moment because of Nikkie Tutorial sharing her story where everybody kind of came together, with the exception of a few, you know, nasty people, where everybody came together and just were like embracing Nikkie in that moment. And it was such a cool moment within the beauty influencer community, which I think is just at times not a very pretty place to be. It just was a really awesome moment that Nikkie like kind of brought everybody together for that. And so it was really cool to see that. And you can see like all of these influencers tweeting her out, congratulating her, on and on and on. And it was just a really, really impressive moment. So, I mean, I don't need to say congratulations. She doesn't need to hear from me that I'm proud of her, but I want to thank her for sharing her story, for people out there that have felt all alone and now they feel like they have somebody they can look up to. She is a role model and she will be going forward, and she is literally saving lives. I don't really have a whole lot more to say about that. I will say, and so I don't know what people wanted me to say about it, you know, like, I don't know, there is no tea, there is no drama, but like I have said recently, and I don't know which video I said this in, but, you know, going forward, I do very much see this channel as being kind of like a mixture between like ETV or TMZ and like old school, like Phil Donahue, Sally Jessy Raphael, Geraldo, Oprah, I wish. But you know, where I just sit down and I talk about the kind of like the news stories of YouTube, of which this is a news story on YouTube. I mean, if this was in the mainstream, you know, it would be discussed. And it is being discussed. It is on mainstream media, which is such a cool thing, you know? And so anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Now, there was some drama that occurred because of something that Nikkie said in her video, and I want to address that in a second, but I do want to say this. On Nikkie's Instagram today, Nikkie, she woke up, and this is the statement that she put out for everybody.
Hello. Uploaded my video yesterday. I was expecting a lot of situations, but what happened last night is something I never even would dare to dream about. The incredible amount of love and support and warmth means so much to me. And I just thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna take today to just read everything, take it all in, process, and be free.
So a really nice little message of how just heartfelt she feels over everybody, you know, congratulating her and supporting her and all of that. She also put this picture up on her Instagram story, and I'll put it right here. She said, filmed this after filming my coming out video yesterday and thought me moving into the light was very fitting. So I thought that was really, really cool. She also put on Twitter, and I want to make sure, it said, I am me, I believe. And if you haven't seen her video, please go watch her video. It is super powerful, not just about her, but about like labels and all of that I mean, it's 2020. Do we have to do all that anymore, you know? But then she talks about something that I think is really, really powerful, and she talks about how supportive her mother has been through this whole situation and her journey and things like that. And I think that is just vital in itself, in sharing her story with other people and her, you know, how supportive her mother has been and other people around her. And she goes in and talks about her fiance and things like that. It just was a super powerful video. Towards the end of the video, she talked, and she kind of alluded to this at the beginning, that she never thought she'd be filming the video on this day, right? And she says in there that the reason why is because there had been somebody out there that was blackmailing her. And that this person, or these people, she said, I think these people, she references, you know, like she was afraid, right? I cannot even imagine, you know, and we're going to talk about this in just a second, what happened as a result of this. I cannot imagine who you are out there in the world. You know, I talk in my videos regularly about like hate comments and, you know, hate watching people. I cannot imagine how you go to sleep. I mean, I honestly can't, okay? You know, I mean, I can understand maybe not putting your cart up in the Walmart parking lot. I can understand, you know, like maybe like when you're at Walmart, you know, picking up a can of soup, and then when you get to over by the stationery, you decide you don't want it anymore and you don't walk it back. I can understand talking behind people's backs, maybe. You know, I can understand, you know, doing things that aren't very nice, right? We've all done it, okay? I think that most of us aim to be better people on a daily basis. Who are you that wakes up on a daily basis and blackmails somebody for how they identify the journey of their life, really literally everything about who they are to some degree of who they were or who they are today, you know, and scare them, okay? Make them live in an umbrella of fear so that you can have this feeling of power. That is so sick. And I think that one of the things that we have to realize too when you talk about issues of like blackmail is not necessarily about money. Blackmail is about power and control. It is about somebody feeling like they have more control or power over somebody else. The reason that is important, because Nikki gives the finger to these people in her video. She takes back her story. She takes back her journey. Nobody, okay? And it's really strange because I just talked about this in my video yesterday about before, and it's a totally different situation, but before I came out, you know, as gay, when I turned 18, all of the people that had speculated and said things about me before, they literally stole my story for me. It was never their story. It was mine to tell. When I chose to tell it the way that I wanted to tell it, it was my story. And Nikki took back her story, you know, in the video. She took back her strength, and it was so powerful. And it was just such a moment of inspiration, not just for other trans people out there, but I think for anybody in the world, you know, that has ever felt that kind of fear or loss of power or loss of control, you know, at the hands of somebody else to say, today, it's not gonna happen anymore. And it was really, really a cool moment. And she didn't name any names, and she didn't have to, and people were speculating all over the internet, and who knows who it is, but I think that it ended yesterday. It ended with her coming out and saying that. You know, and I just, you know, I think what was scary to me about that is that if you watch like the TV show Pose, the Pose takes place in 1990, which was the year that I came out. There is a storyline on the show of a model, a trans model, who has somebody that takes pictures of her, and then they basically blackmail her to expose the pictures. And I mean, that was 1990. It's been 30 years, okay? And Nikkie Tutorials is still living underneath this fear that trans people lived 30 years ago, okay? I mean, this is, to me, the fact that we live in that world today shows that, yes, we take 5 steps forward on a daily basis, but we really take 4 steps back too. And I think that what Nikki is doing is she is creating a safer environment for more trans people out there, for more people that identify not just in these areas, you know, and to just say, I am me, accept me for who I am, please love me for who I am. And I think we need to create safer spaces. I think that we need to create safer places in the world for all of us. And I think she was doing that yesterday by taking that back. Now, as a result of this was going around that, you know, it is, I don't think, any mystery to anybody that has followed the history and the career of Nikkie Tutorials that she has had her own issues with Too Faced Cosmetics. Too Faced Cosmetics, I think it's not anymore the CEO, but was once run by Jared Blandino. Now, I have not talked on this channel much about Jared Blandino, much about Too Faced Cosmetics, which I think is an appropriately named cosmetic brand, I'll just say. I always have thought that. But they've had their own issues in the past. And, you know, in the Shane and Jeffree documentary, there was some, you know, alleged allegations that Nikkie had been really screwed on kind of like a makeup collaboration, supposedly, you know, Too Faced Cosmetics and things like that. There's been other things that have happened with Too Faced Cosmetics in the past, okay? So yesterday, people started noticing that Jared Blandino, who was the once creative director and CEO of Too Faced Cosmetics, that his sister, that she had changed her Instagram bio, and she had put on there, and I'm not going to put it up here, it's been in every other drama video that's been out today, transgender, huh? That's not the only thing she's been lying about. And people left and right went crazy over this, and were just saying, like, this is horrible, why would you say this, blah, 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 whatever. It was obviously very, very pointed at Nikkie Tutorials. I mean, it's just like, in the middle of all this, that speaks volumes about who you are as a person. What's interesting about this, I will say on a side note, I have, like I said, if I've ever made a video about Too Faced Cosmetics, it's maybe been one in reference to a beauty influencer. I have never, I don't believe, ever spoken about Jared Blandino's sister. Yet for some reason, when I was on Instagram, I could not find her account. So finally I realized she had me blocked. I have absolutely no idea, but I think she knows why she has me blocked. But I thought that was really interesting, you know, that here you are, you work for a makeup brand, okay? And you are the sister of the once CEO and creative director, causing all of this drama and whatever. She then went back and she changed her Instagram thing a little, you know, too little too late, quite frankly. And she said, let's be clear. I love trans people and dislike anyone who lies to hurt others, period. Okay? Well, if you love trans people, quite frankly, if you love people, period, okay, you don't use your social media platform like this on Instagram, your bio, which should be speaking of you, and quite frankly, I do think that your bio speaks of you and not Nikki. I think it shows your character in your bio of who you are, which it should. That's what a bio is for. Not to talk about other people, but to talk about you. I do think it speaks of who you are as a person. If you really do love all people, those aren't the kind of things that you put out there in the world. They just aren't. Those aren't the nice kinds of things you put out there in the world about people that you love. You don't. You say, congratulations, Nikki. I'm really proud of you for coming out and sharing your story. You know, it makes the whole situation look really, really bad. Now, Jared Blandino, he put out a statement today after all of this, and he said, let me get to the statement. It's long-winded. I need my readers. And he said, I would like to make sure, this was on his Instagram story. He said, I'll put it up here. He said, I would like to make sure it is understood that although I love my sister very much, the things she says or does have absolutely nothing to do with me and do not in any way reflect me, my opinions, thoughts, or feelings, nor speak for me or Too Faced in any way, shape, or form. I have always stood for love, equality, and kindness in my life and everything I do. I am sorry for the hurt she has caused. Let it be known that I am truly shocked and disgusted to my core at her recent actions. I do not tolerate this behavior, and she is no longer an employee of Too Faced. I would like to say how proud I am of Nikkie Tutorials and how inspired I am for her strength in sharing her beautiful truth with the world. I am sending all my love to her. Two things I think is interesting about this, okay? Well, first of all, your sister is problematic as hell. If that was my sister, I would say, don't you ever come into my life once again. Not near my boyfriend, not near my husband, not near my friends, not near my car, not near my house, not near my dogs, not near my, as told by Kenya said the other day in referring to Nick Avocado, not even near my pencil, okay? By the way, can As Told by Kenya come out and do a video called Too Faced Cosmetics, Get a Job? Because I'm ready for that one, okay? That's my first thing, right? Okay, so you said you're distancing yourself from your sister. Well, time will tell. The second thing is, at the bottom here, you say, I would like to say how proud I am of Nikkie Tutorials and how inspired I am for her strength in sharing her beautiful truth with the world. I am sending all my love to her. What you just did, putting all of that at the bottom in the same statement as you did before, is you validated that your sister's comment was directed towards Nikkie Tutorials. So thank you for letting the rest of the world know that you validated that and that your sister does have huge issues with Nikkie Tutorials. So all of this speculation that has been going on for years about you, your sister, and Nikkie Tutorials, you just validated it by putting that statement at the bottom in conjunction with what you were talking about with your sister. So now we don't have to speculate anymore. For me, I have to say to Jared Blandino, if for some reason you have the time out of your life to watch a drama video and your sister has the time out of her life to watch a drama video when you guys should be focused on selling your makeup since that's your job, what I would like to say to you is you need to go back and revisit the Whitney Houston movie, which is fantastic, The Bodyguard, okay? And you need to take a look at how Whitney Houston's sister treats her in that video, or in that movie, and then you need to take a lesson from the movie The Bodyguard and maybe get you one, okay? Because this is some scary stuff. I'm just saying that your sister is willing to ruin your company over her personal philosophies and beliefs. And then think that coming back on Instagram and changing it is okay. Do we live in that world today? Like, you know, I don't know. So anyway, there's a lot to be said there, but at the end of the day, I just want to say I am so completely inspired and motivated by Nikkie. I think that she is going to inspire a whole new trend on YouTube for people to tell whatever their truth is, whatever they have been afraid to share, whatever they have been wanting to share, you know? And I am a believer, as Oprah Winfrey once said, and yes, I do love Oprah Winfrey, that she once said, Turn your wounds into wisdom and allow them to pave the path of your journey. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.